Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here with Kevin Burkhart. How's it going?
Good, Max. What's up, man?
Let's get right into this interview. So, what would be your favorite sport to call?
It's probably the NFL. I love baseball and basketball too, but there's just something about Sunday, waking up Sunday and going to the stadium and knowing that so many people are watching and having all of this preparation lead up to one game on Sunday. I just find the excitement is kind of unmatched for me. So it's close. I love every sport that I do, but if I'm picking one, it's football.
Very interesting. What would you say your favorite stadium to call football would be?
Ooh, boy. I'm going to go with Seattle. I've always liked it there. It is a unique place because, it's incredibly loud. And it's just a different vibe. Everyone stands for the entire time that the team is playing defense. They've had obviously very good teams, so it helps because people are really into it. But it's just a really cool vibe. It's really loud, and it's the only place I've ever done games where the entire stadium shakes like an earthquake after something good is happening. That's how loud it gets. So I've loved doing games there.
Unlike teams like Seattle and the better teams, how do you deal with teams that are weaker and bottom of their division and don't have that much implications?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think anybody can do a good game, right? Like if you're doing a couple great teams, you're doing a good game, anybody can do that if you do your homework. It's the games that stink, or it's when you're doing a team that isn't so good that's hard because you have to be honest. Because as a fan, if you're watching, if I'm lying to you, right? You have to be honest. But it's also like, you're not trying to insult people. You're not trying to, insult the quarterback for, not being any good. So there's like a fine line of being honest to your audience and painting the picture of, how bad they've been. But at the same time, it's not like a personal vendetta thing, So you have to call it like you see it and do the best job you can. It's not easy, to be honest.
And one final question: how did you get into broadcasting to start?
I got into broadcast. I could go way back. I started calling video games when I was probably around your age, to be honest, Max. So I had a Nintendo games, football and baseball games, and I started calling that into a tape recorder, and not much different than you guys are probably starting now, only that you don't have tape recorders anymore. So I'm a little older. So that got me into it, and I loved it ever since.
Okay, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining me, Kevin Burkhart, and we'll see you back in the studio.